Happy Aloha Friday, everybody. How's it? I'm Jeebs. You're here at the Abbacado Show, the Abba, and my streamers, the chats, peoples, my usual suspects are the Cados. Abbacado Show. And it is, what day is it today? It's It's already May. I mean, already May. How's that? So it's May 2nd, 2025. And I want to welcome you to we listen to music. We talk bubbles. I eat food. The chat gets funny with me. And I say stupid things. I do stupid things. But the one thing we all do together is listen to music. So that's what we're going to do right now. So I just had a nice little fun run with one of my favorite songs right before the show. As you can see over there in the thumbnail, this is Tribal Tech, an amazeballs progressive fusion jazz band. With Scott Henderson, Gary Wills, and stuff. And the name of this particular song was Saturn V. But now, we're going to get things rolling. No pun with the Wheel of Cheese. Pretty fat day today of donos, like usual, on the Happy Aloha Friday. Even if I don't get to your dono, obviously I do it in the makeup session coming up on the very next time I stream. If it is the first time that you're seeing this on YouTube, you want to join us here. The Cados. The link is down below in the description box for Twitch, and you get to participate if you hang out with us and put your song on a forum. And if I spin this wheel and you win, I listen to your track. And but nothing over 7 minutes, right? I also have some wonderful mods. I always got a mahalo every time I start my show, even though Snake hasn't returned from his motorcycle ride for the last, I don't know, 6 streams. But every now and then, he sends up a flare, and I know that Snake's there. Turnip's here. 1 a.m. is causing problems, but 1 a.m. and Patty Cakes have kissed and made up, and they're playing around in the Minecraft server on the side. And, of course, there's Double A, family man, businessman, and the man that handles all the technical stuff on the forum. We got to thank him for that, because if you remember, at the very beginning of all this, remember before the forum, I'd say, okay, everybody put your requests in the chat and go. And I go, it just never works. So that's the team I got going on here. So, so we're going to start off with a Wheel of Cheese. So let's do this. That is not our present load. No pun intended. Said my ex-girlfriend. Sex my ex-girlfriend? Forget it. I try to make jokes. I'm already blowing it. No pun. Okay, hang on for a second. I gotta spread out my borders a little bit. Oh, my ex-girlfriend said that too. I'm just gonna shut the falam up. All right, hang on. Here we go. Wheel of Cheese entries for today look something like this. There we go. All righty. Let's do this. Oh, wait a second. I got one of my mods just pinged me, I think. Stand by. No, it wasn't a mod, so you must die. Okay. All right, ready, guys? Wheel of a Cheese. It's a lovely wheel. Do you see yourself? Here we go. Oh, Verex 777. Yes, sirree, Bob. So Verex 777 wants us to hear this band called Rendezvois. I guess if you say it right, Rendezvois or Rendezvous Point. The name of the song is Still Water. And the message is prog metal band out of Norway with the drummer from Leprous. Ooh, that means we're going to hear some froggy proggy. Been playing for a long time, planning for a long time to send you a different song of theirs, but then they recently released this orchestral version of a song of theirs, of their newest album that you really like, that he really likes, that he really likes, that we're really going to like, right? So let's do this. Once again, this is from Vrex 777. The name of the artist is Rendezvous Point, and the name of the song is Still Water. Let's go.
Water is keeping me alive. floating around since 25, hoping it leads me to the shore, somewhere I've never been before. Vultures are hovering above.
I love the piano patterns, giving you that kind of like adrift in a stormy skies.
Where are the people that I love? While I am sinking to the deep, if only a boat would pass me by.
You know, Aman, he does have very unique textures in his head voice,
Hand me a rope
which I love.
that I could climb. They'd celebrate as I survive.
And I also love the fact that they're using an upright piano. A very unique sound for this.
That I had come alive. Oh, I scream to myself, don't you let go. I'm swimming in circles. If there's a way that I
This is beautiful on so many levels, but cinematically, this would be a great title track and title track to any kind of dark and mystic movie. What's the meter? Which is funny because he's conducting in 4/4.
floating around since 25, hoping it leads me to the shore, somewhere I've never been before. Vultures are hovering above, waiting for me to fall asleep. Where are the people that I love? While I am sinking to the
I so love where the mix is on this. You guys got a great head voice. This is a brilliant mix. Like, the orchestra is still crispy, you can still hear all the nuances, and we know that the band's playing behind it, but this is one of the best mixes I've ever heard when it comes to this kind of blended presentation. An orchestrated version of a metal track. Can you hear the little glockenspiel? Oh, that's great. what a tremendous experience for all the musicians in there. They got a whole mallet series in there. What a kick-ass track. Come on, guys. That was absolutely insanely wonderful. First of all, I don't know what the real track sounds like. If for those of you, Rex 777, I noticed that you were here. If the band itself was very close in its presentation of what the song sounded like, as far as like he's in his head voice the whole time, or was it a little more rocked out in the original version? You know, and then they kind of pull back the reins on that to allow the orchestral work and the arrangements to work. The orchestrator did a mind-numbing job, but I got to tell you, I really tip my hat on this, on the engineering on this, because a lot of times when we hear metal bands, rock bands, or anything of that nature, they do an orchestral version of one of their tracks and stuff like that. A lot of times you have a propensity to hear that the band is still pretty much up front, and the kind of the additional work of the orchestral work usually is like a little bit behind it. You know, very unique beast to wield, if you would. But in this case, the whole band, it's as if the band must have been on a master sub, you know, a master fader of sorts and stuff, and kept the whole, like they mixed the band, they got that level, and they dropped it back just behind the orchestral mix. And so that way, the integrity of everything from the piano and the opening track, part of the track where, you know, there was a little bit of the string work up front, then the singer comes in with the head voice and stuff, stays in a really great level, the piano's doing its thing, and as the band starts to introduce itself into the song, that setting right there was just, I think, what all of us were reacting to, and why it sounded so badass. We still were able to hear the bass and the guitar and stuff, but it wasn't something that was overtaken. So I thought that was super duper cool beans. How about one more wheel of cheese, guys? What do you say? I say we do one more wheel of cheese. We are the cheese balls. We are the cheese balls. Brex, thank you so much for dropping a bomb in there. That was great. All right, who's next? Here we go. Updating the wheel. Let's go. Spinning the wheezy cheese. Who was it? Who's in there? Super Loco 3000 for the win. Oh my goodness. How are you? Super Loco, a super loco, no me puede caminar. A super loco, no me puede podanar. Okay, wait a second. Let's see what Super Loco wants. Super Loco would like us. Now you see. I did kind of figure with a name like that, perhaps there was a little bit of a Spanish implication to the name, and therefore I could be wrong, and it could have been Filipino. It's Filipino, maybe. I don't know. So Super Loco wants us to check out a song. Funny enough, la canción, let's see, de Super Loco es un artista Laurindo Almeida. Y la canción es Old Guitarron. And that's the big fat guitar. And if I understand, set me straight if I'm wrong, una guitarron is something like in the Norteñan Mexican bands that you see. You ever see when the guys are, you know, they get the sombreros and the traditional dress wear of the Norteñan music. You see that guy with the super big guitar that's out and wide, and he plays it up this way, but it's their version of the bass. And it's such a badass instrument. Anyhow, so, however, this may not be the ting. So let's see what's going on here. This is from Super Loco. Es muy loco. Let's go. All right. Oh, brah, let's go. It is in English.
Old Guitarron, speak low, and we'll sing him the prettiest song we know. The pale moon is riding the sky.
I have perma-baked smile on my face right now.
Time to whisper, querido, I love you so. Show me above how the angels would sing if they made love. But if you can only impart the music he puts in my heart, he'll hear me sigh.
I love this so much. Nostalgically, it reminds me when I was a little kid and my dad would play his albums. Would be music like this. Brazil 64, Abbey Lane. A little shaker back there, the Guido.
Am I not your oldest friend, amigo?
Where I go, amigo, go.
Am I not the one who taught you everything you know? And if you know, and I think that you do.
Oh, I love this counter melody going on here.
We could break his heart in two. Teach me how to pray. Every word
The name of the singer is Irene Krull.
till he belongs to me alone. Old
Listen to the quality of the sound, too.
don't lie, and we'll sing him a song that will make him cry. The tears in his wonderful eyes will shine like the stars when I whisper I love you until I die. I know you, Guitarro.
That little bossa nova essie vibey thing
Has a
with the float and the answer back. Flute.
Heart of stone. So play in your prettiest way. Maybe he'll promise to
What a sultry voice, too, yeah?
With me and love and you, my old Guitarro. With me and love and you.
It says here guitar from Ipanema. I wonder if it's like a part 2 of the original production or something. I don't know. Oh, the good old days of the fade. Kind of like taking that last bong rip there. What a beautiful track, man. That is so, for me, super local. What's wonderful about it is it is Brazilian, right? That was the era. You know, the girl from Ipanema, the Brazil 64, just, you know, and why it's so nostalgic to me is because, you know, of my lineage, of my bloodline coming from Argentina and just all the music and stuff that I was brought up around. So I listen to this, and for me, it's just really nostalgic. And truly, it reminds me of like whenever it is I have my first sets of memories, you know, is whatever I was just laying in a room or something. Maybe mom's changing my diapers. I don't know. But this music used to be, you know, just always swimming in the background and stuff, you know, and so this was very, very nostalgic. But another thing is when I get an opportunity to listen to tracks like this, I just really feel honored that I was alive during the era of analog recording. You know, if you know what I mean? It's just so organic, so raw, so beautiful, and most of all, so melody driven. What was beautiful about this style of music too is that, albeit the melodies were gorgeous, so were the chord changes and the voicings of the chords You know, it was just yay. You know what I'm talking about? Yay. Yeah, instant playlist, guys. That's what it should be. All right, guys, let's jump into the world of donos now. So I'm going to refresh my list. We're gonna start from top to bottom like we usually do. Let me see. Oh my God, I've got 227 donos here. Okay, I'm kidding. No panic, everybody. All right, so it looks like, well, Ginger. My goodness. So Ginger, really quick, I just want to let you guys know that now that my buddy went home, and thanks to Ginger, we were able to reach out to, I get it right. I always say violent, like violence, Violet Pony. So hopefully within the next week to 10 days, I'm going to be doing an interview, which is going to be really super cool. I'm really excited, and I can't thank Ginger enough for setting this whole thing up. Anyhow, Ginger wants us to listen to a Violet Pony track. And let's see what we got here. This particular track is called Hush! Exclamation point. The message is, Hush is from the concept album Carousel, an examination of the shadow, Creek Flow, and its life as an afterthought. I was going to do a write-up for this song, but I think I'll just let the song speak for itself. Whew. Thank you. No, I'm kidding. Come on, Ginger, you're laughing. You got to be laughing with me, right? Because every time I open these things, I feel like I got to get a spectacle because my eyes get tired because of your dedication and your you know how much you love them. Okay, let's do this. You guys ready? Once again, this is from our friend Ginger. The name of the artist is Violet Pony, and the name of the song is Hush. All right, let's go. Oh, I like that. That's like the logo branding.
An abandoned lilac's petals dissolve, endeavoring murky fibers torn by a churning ocean. Saints will turn to sinners and sinners to apologists once the cash is dry. Hush now and forever disturb the pieces of your life. Sew together, sow through any weather and reap on a harvest moon so red that both heroes are clean again. A cacophony disembodied, disavowed, and vacant dies in your abstinence. Whispers at your doorstep that forgot the shouts of the paperboy. Feel free to smile, aren't you tired? You've already a mouthful of worms. Hush now engendered your rest in a wildfire in your hometown. With every battle still and every petal set, life's colors dull into a coma. And nobody weeps. There's a stagnant Neshian served in every street corner, but to the humbled with one request met by a sentence to the plea. Photograph the hoofprints by the ashes, redefine and reconcile the pain through painting.
Her cadence here is insane.
Brave as strength to the easel covers read the walls of a finely furnished home, teaching a new dog new tricks.
Like I'm waiting for this at any second to blow up metalcore. Or like mellow death.
Breaking the rules. Hush now until you have something to say. Hush now you benignly indulge stagnation, a sickly, cyclical, sinister abomination. Carven blood and oath to no promise, no compromise, no push, no pull, no ebb, no flow. To enjoy solace in the stillness of the stale air. Are you fucking happy? Why are you fucking smiling? Is this all you've ever wanted? It's me, your shadow.
Tantric rage, what a great way to put it.
Would your visage outshine the penumbra cast in your glorious moments? How your standing ovation stands no notion or notice in the slowing of motion to motive. Are you the sum of all which the light graces, or will you be valued by the outlines you leave? This creek that swayed is always and always now halts at your dismal presence. The life at its outer edges die in a plastic hush. The babble to Babel when fake and topple the most still of all things. Hush now and let the flowers wilt wistfully beneath your staff.
I'm waiting for the drop. Wow. I love that. She is so rhythmical in her arrangements. It's. I couldn't even finish the sentence. That's how it is. There's such intricate dedication involved in her production. It's just mind-numbing. I mean, in my head, I'm hearing a blowout cut time drum track. That's because I listen to music differently. Okay, now she's giving us something to kind of hook our teeth into, you know, rhythmically. It's an old school dulcimer sound. I love that. In my mind, the work, her work has always got brushstrokes of like Van Gogh, Picasso, Rembrandty, if I was to convert that into visual image.
Horseman's coming down tonight. Reap what you sow, motherfucker.
There it is. I was waiting for it. I was feeling it. I was going, is it going to happen? Here it is. See how her mind works listening to her music when you look at her thumbnails.
Place your bets, scrape the rest, racing through the pigsty. You know it all. That's our friends. Everything I know.
I thought something happened, like I hit the wrong button when she did that little twisted meter thing. It's really funny when I look at the thumbnail as well. I think in the purple and that weird guitar, I do think of Prince. And it's something that Prince would have done. You know, I think if Prince would have still been around, God knows where he would have pushed, you know, his songwriting. We must say thanks to all her Patreonies. That's a lot of Patreonies there. Fantabulous. All right, guys. So yeah, this is what I think we've become to expect, though that's probably very dangerous to say. The one thing about, and the last track, Ginger, that we did of hers was a lot more, it's a completely different type of production, a lot more subdued, a lot more connected, if you would, a little more understandable without making our brains have to, trudge through, rhythmical patterns and try to sew it up and try to find the one, and where's that one point that we can lock into. What I will say is that she really excels in glitchiness. And I use that as an orchestral dynamic, if you would, because of today's technology and, being able to have at your fingertip. We talked about this before. These are some of what she's using that it seems like, I can only say seems like because I don't know, are single note chorded patches. So in other words, you can hit one note and it's designed to be like a complete seventh chordal, note. It could be a 5-note seventh chord already programmed into that note. So a lot of times what's really fun with stuff like that is that you could be that but it's these full blocked chords that are going in there. That's one of the many elements that she has going in there. But I said it last time too, I've become a huge fan of hers. And I'm becoming a huge fan of hers for two reasons. One is her vocal ability. She has such dynamics in her vocals. And the other, obviously, is her composing and engineering skills. And I'm leaning into just as equally defined engineering skills. Because I'm sitting there going, that's a lot of work, to get a lot of these things together the way she does, and how she plays around with reverbs and delays and stereo imaging and panning and stuff like that. So it is experimental, I think, to a certain point. And obviously, a lot of what she produces is electric oriented. But I think it's just phenomenal. I look forward to the interview. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to have to spend a couple of hours just listening through her Spotify channel and really making myself familiar with it, so I have some really good questions to ask. So that should hopefully be happening in the next week to 10 days, and I'll be able to edit and present it to you within this month is what I'm looking for. So anyhow, thank you so much, Ginger. And once again, I do look forward to our opportunity to talk to Violet Pony. I will reach out to you this weekend and start coordinating that, okay? Next up is Makuzia. How are you, Makuzia? How you be? Yeah, Jake, isn't that gonna be cool? Hello, you doing all right? Good. Well, thank you very much, like usual, for coming in here. And you're always your kind, generous dono boosts. And you also bring, you and La Cremosa have such a very unique playlist. It's always exciting here. Okay, so this one that Makuzia is bringing into us is Minami? Come on, guys. Old. You're allowed to bash the old guy for not being able to read. Minami, and the name of the song is Crying for Rain. So I'm just looking at the thumbnail. This is either a game or it's an anime. You guys tell me. Makuzia, what is this? A game or is it anime? In the meantime, once again, this is from Makuzia. The artist is Minami, and the song is Crying for Rain. Oh, it's an anime opening. Okay, let's do this.
未熟無情されど美しくあれ
Metal salsa.
デスティニーふさわしくないこんなんじゃきっと物足りないくらい語っとけばうまくいく物金愛こともう自己顕示飽きたレジャブ何かそんな不満なんだ散々わがまま語っといてこれ以上他に何がいるそんなところも
I know this is going to sound weird right now at the beginning, but I love the drums in this and the engineering. Is this Otto? Is this not auto or something, or like a vocal performance she's not taking claim for, or is this another match? These singers from Japan are just same style. Oh gosh! I like the little guitar arpeggiation in the back, the hammer on pull. Bass, walking it. I love how this hook is so full and rich in the music production, but her vocal cadence in this. Get that. Sexy metal. That's what it's, it's got sexy metal to it. I tell you what, the guitar player's been really busy switching up sounds and doing unique things. I don't mind the overlay vocal punches like that when they work. Man, when those vocalists are able to yodel those notes in there. What is it? Is there just some kind of like unique gold mine of vocals, singers that come out of a particular era that maybe Otto might be the one that the other singers working towards and stuff like that, so they have similar vocal tones and qualities and dynamics. Of course, Otto's the queen. This female performer, absolutely phenomenal. Also in the diction, not the dereliction, but the diction, the cadence, the speed, the clarity in which she's saying what she's saying. Even though I don't speak the language, there's no two ways about it. That's the coolio of performance right there when it comes to, enunciation. I can't frickin' affiliation with flaxillation. The song in of itself just kind of had a nice pop quality to it in the chord changes. But the composers in and out of using a little dirt made it kind of sexy metal, that kind of vibe, adding to it. And also, there was a little bit of the string arrangements and stuff in a very perfect way that anime does what it does when they write music. The composers that write music for anime, they really know how to blow up their hooks and bring them forth and put them in your face with a really good, rich support system of you have strings, you'll have the full punchy power chords in there, the drums are stepping it up, and of course the melody and or where the melody maybe raises itself in the higher register of the keys. What am I trying to say? In the key that it's in, going ahead and scaling up a whole octave higher than whatever's being sung, in the verses. And in the verses too, it was melodic, but a lot of it was slam poetry-esque, I think it felt like to me. And also, I forgot who said it, that I guess apparently the first minute and 20 seconds of it was actually the the anime show intro. So maybe there was a fade point that I didn't hear there, but what a great frickin' track. I just get excited when I hear music like this. Well, apparently so does the world too, because apparently this has had, holy camole, is that 238 million views? Bruh. That's insane. Crying for Rain, I guess was the name of the track. Makuzia, thank you so much, man. That is just insane. God dang it, I'm getting blown up here on my cell phone. Stand by, and we'll get on to the next track. I just want to make sure nobody's heard anything. Okay. Next up, Makuzia, thank you so much once again. Like I said, you guys are always dropping the bombs in on us. All right, next up here is going to be SB. RESBCCT. I respect SBs. C. SBTDBDD. Okay, we're going to do, let me see. Have I ever done that before? I think. Stupid. I'm sorry, SB. The track that SB is bringing into the house is from the artist Voyager. The song is Seen Better Days. And the message is, good morning, Abba and the Kados. How's it? Aloha. Oi, oi, oi. This track has been out for a week now. Danny, the vocalist, posted this week about his cancer journey. Ugh, boo. Bummer. I'm not going to write it all here, but I'll post a screenshot in Discord for all of you to read. Yeah, by the way, folks, if you're not part of our Discord, the link is going to show up right now. Danny has stage 4 cancer and has undergone surgery, 11 rounds of radiation, and currently stands at 33 rounds of chemo. Oh my God, that body of his must be being put up with just the insanity. By what he wrote, it doesn't sound like particularly good news, but the band have released this new track. They've also announced a couple of shows in Perth, where they're from. I believe Incentia is going to one. Yay, Incentia. Do send us live visuals. I've seen them live multiple times, and their shows have always been outstanding. I hope that I'll get the opportunity to see them again. We don't know how long we get to stay here, but as someone who's been fortunate to get another chance at life, being able to do the thing we love with good people around us is such an outstanding encouragement. To everyone that is going through something big, whether it be health stuff or otherwise, hold on to community. I really do think it's what we have here. That was from SB, guys. What a wonderful message. Thank you so much. Gives me a new way to kind of resettle as I listen to this track now, knowing the background information. Okay, guys, let's do this. This is from SB. The name of the band is Voyager, and the song is Seen Better Days. All right.
And it's your heart, and it's the right place, and it's the right time, and it's the right face, and it's the right line, and it's the right space, and it's the right vibe. But I've seen better days. So hold me now, see me through.
And I love the sound of this, very journey-ish. Like you're going through a universal journey, you're gliding.
So hold me tight, 'cause I've seen better days.
I love that pad in the background. I love the riff that's behind that.
So I wear my heart on my sleeve.
A little bit of a Devin Townsend vibe, at least with the vocals, the passion.
And I stare at your face, trembling hands of rise, forward glowing my stance to my certain demise. So hear me now, and hear me loud and clear.
it's like a heavenly glide, you know, on a power message. God, there's so many great infusions of influences on this track. What a great story, Cynthia. You guys reading what he wrote there?
Hold me now, see me through the haze.
Beautiful arpeggiation in the back. Ooh, nice little jerk around on the pattern there.
Now, 'cause I've seen better days. Hold me now, see me through the haze.
Ooh, nice bend in there. Get a little bit of a grind in there.
So hold me now, 'cause I've seen better days. Hold me now, 'cause I've seen better days. Hold
What a passionate call right here with his lyrics.
days.
As if he's even trying to hold it together as he's doing these vocals. Oh my goodness, what an incredibly powerful, powerful track on so many different ways, especially, you know, by you giving me the backstory on this, you know, listening to the track in a whole different way. I think it was produced and arranged, and I don't know, I had to take a deep breath there for a little bit because you feel that, right? So we're watching a man who's declaring, you know, a very emotional and something that I know at one time in our lives we wonder what it would be like if something like that would happen to us, and it's happening to him, and you know, we get to see this kind of a performance in a song like this that you know, that individual knows when is the next one of this capability, of this energy, be able to come out, be able to push forward, you know what I'm saying? And so that in and of itself becomes more emotional. Then you put the musicality behind it, the arrangements. There was a lot of the elements in there that I loved, which is there was with the pads and the arpeggiations and stuff, even though we had a lot of metalcore-esque punchiness through it, the timbre, the tone of his voice really stayed in a honest pocket. And what I mean is that there wasn't a lot of glamming out and maybe bursting out and doing extremely powerful octave higher riffing and melody and all kinds of stuff. It really stayed in a very organic melodic pocket. And I think that was also very important in the way the song came across to me. I mean, that's just how you feel about it, right? I mean, how I feel about it. But I thought it was a wonderful track. And it kind of reminds me of a small thing that once happened to me when Herb Alpert and my uncle was producing Stan Getz's last album. And at that point, he had some pretty bad run with cancer, and he was in chemo. And the name of that album was Abbacado, and my uncle wrote most of his tracks for him. And Herb was the producer. And Herb allowed Stan to live in one of his houses at Zuma Beach in Malibu. And so I was surfing one day, and my uncle said, "Hey, just come on up, you know, the hill." It was, and so I went up to the session, beautiful view of the ocean and everything, and they rigged up a little area in the house so that Stan didn't have to leave the house because he had chemo and stuff going on. And I remember, I forget which track it is on the album, where they had to walk him to a stool so that he could barely sit back, and he'd play, and then he'd get maybe 8, 12 measures out, and he'd have to step back and breathe, and that drive and that love for music, like Freddie Mercury doing that one no, that's my story in witnessing that, but also in another comparable kind of vibe is like when Freddie Mercury did that last video 3 days before he passed away on the last song that he wrote. There's something very, very grounding about artists that experience these things and go through what they're going through. So my thoughts are with him and his family and the fans and everybody he's affected, because that's going to be an indelible print on everybody. I'm sorry, I just went full metal Abbacado. For somebody who appreciates life, and just because I just turned 64, I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. That full stop, let alone having to sit here and watch other people's journeys that are going in that direction. So yeah, that's my thing. So, all right, here we go. Next up is stand by. Lisa Wolf. Oh, back to back, SB and Lisa Wolf. How could that be? The numbers are just fantabulous. We get a back to back here. Okay, so let me see here. Guess what we're doing? You have a love for this band, Voodoo Glow Skills. The song is Baile de los Locos, Baile, Dance of the Crazies. But this is a remaster and horn isolation by L.C. Yeen. I wonder who that is. Is that you? 'Tis it not. Here's the message. You can check the YT video description for the master details. I said I'd have to share this track, the title track to their 1977 album. This is easily one of my favorite tracks by these guys. They really crank up the thrash metal on this one while still putting a lot of melodic and harmonic structure of the track with the horn section. The horn section is basically playing Dave Mustaine style riffs through the whole song. As long as it's riffs, and not his vocals, yeah, because that's how Dave sings. Yeah. Just for a time and place comparison, this was released the same year as the mighty Boss Tones. The impression that I get while Real Big Fish sells out is getting its first radio play, and a year before Less Than Jake puts out All My Best Friends Are Metalheads. I think that having that perspective really showcases how ahead the genre VGS always have been. Okay, let's go. I look forward to this. This ought to be fun. All right.
El baile de los locos.
I love this breakdown. This is crazy. Get that timbali in there, bastard. This is crazy how you separated this. What software did you use? My inner Chicano. Well, you know, Cheech and Chong are coming out with their last movie, right? So that'll be interesting.
El baile de los locos, ni por qué prometer. El baile de los locos, solo puedes escapar. Con la música de tu cosa, de tu casa. Sonido de bajo.
Is this sped up a little bit, or? It's not. Wow. There's more. There it is. Wow, what a trip. These guys are roasting. I like the kind of ghost notes of the saxophone. God, it's great to actually hear the arrangements as detailed as separating tracks like this. Ah, the phase cancellation, or the harmonic phase cancellation is hilarious. Sometimes I feel like it's scratching a record going backwards and forward. Wow, that was so freaking badass that you did that separation and everything. That horn section, though, I mean, when you separate it like that, it really does show what's actually going on back in there, you know. And the other thing is too is that when you hear tracks separated, like, you know, there's been that trend that shows up at cycles where they separate a lead singer's vocals and really put it out there, and then you get to hear a lot more of the nuances and little things they might do with their voice before they hit a note, and then all you really hear is the note, and the song goes, all I've really heard of the note, but I had no idea that they kind of glided up from here and all that. So you get to hear this with the horn section. And the horns is, you know, just barely second to vocal performance because it's all your breath. It's you breathing, you putting your lungs and your energy and power into an instrument that, you know, you got vocal cords. Next thing is anything that has to do with brass, reed, horns, you know, flutes and all that sort of stuff. So you still have very unique nuances that's attributed to a performance and stuff. And your separation showed that, and that was so cool. I dug that. But I got to admit, there was a couple times where it sounded like it reminded me when I was back in my DJ days and I'm sitting there and I've got something lined up and I'm going, kind of had that vibe tonally, because I'm pretty sure that whatever software you're using to rip that or separate that, you know, you're getting kind of maybe a 96 kilobit KB render of it or something of that nature. And did you add just a smidge of delay to it or something? Because I could have swore there was like a little bit of an early reflection or ambient to it. I don't know. Funny enough, Rotten Soundgarden, and that's where I got my starting was I was a DJ that went straight into stripping. That's how that goes. But we shall not talk about that. Oh, it was baked in. Great. I loved it. I thought that was good. I loved it. But I heard it. I heard that. I was going, is there a little delay back in there? It looks like it sounds maybe could have been added a little bit. Thank you so much, Lisa Wolf. And even more so, thank you so much for going through the process that you did, and you put this video together, and you did that for us. So super cool beans. Everybody, that was Lisa's hard work we just witnessed. I mean, putting together the music and separating the tracks and everything. That's what I'm saying, for the love of it. Next up, La Cremosa. How are you, my friend? Happy Aloha Friday to you. So let's see what we got going on here from La Cremosa. La Cremosa. Oh, we're getting into some... Oh, he's bringing back in the Propagandhi. Did they not just release this, right? You were saying, you were dangling it above us saying, oh, they're going to be releasing something. So guess what? La Cremosa is bringing in a brand new release from Propagandhi. The name is Stargazing, and his message is a new album is out. It's significantly more down-tempo than any other release they've put out. Here's a nice groove from the album. All right, here we go, La Cremosa. I hope you're doing well. Are you there? I don't see you chiming in on the chat. How are you? Here we go. I love the octave jumping with the bass, the oompa, oompa, oompa.
I prefer introspection. Give me that space for reflection. Give me those endless dull moments.
I like the question-answer guitar work.
Stargazing, dream chasing. Now my little heart's breaking.
A little bit of Chris Squire in the voice.
Carrying it all down to the foundation. You cannot simply.
As a matter of fact, a little bit of yes in the production.
Your way into someone else's life, maybe to make them in your image. Can't spend your days just struggling, trying to figure out how you can fit in someone else's dream, even when it seems it just might be worth pretending. Careful what you wish for in this world. There ain't too many happy endings. No one's angry, no hard feelings. These things happen to humans being on their entangled journeys. No maps, no signage, a compass bearing a darkened highway. Stargazing,
This is great mixing here, and I love how the drums are sitting back in the pocket.
chasing. Now my little heart's racing.
The guitar work on this is just great arrangements here. We've got some overdubs. I don't know if there's 3 guitar players, but there's definitely overdubs here. I love this tone of the guitar down the middle. Hola, fue Wadri. Ooh, I love that they ended up on that little guitar patch. And while speaking about that guitar, or not patch, performance right there, once again, detailed to production and engineering. There was a back and forth in guitar arrangements that I thought for me was a little bit of the highlight of the track in of itself. It did give me kind of, Chris Squire Yes style, maybe early on Yes style production and vocals, a little tinge of it in his vocals, which I think is a great thing. If you can get that close to it, you're killing it. But the guitar arrangements I thought were kind of like almost for me became a little bit of a battle of listening to how cool the question answer guitar work was happening. A pattern here, answer back over here in a different part of the neck, or a different part of the key, or a little higher in the neck or something. There was a lot of that kind of was going on through the melody at the beginning that kind of like I was a little like, ooh, I don't know where to listen and focus in on. So I sat back and just let the whole piece just hit me instead of me pulling it apart like I do in my head. But in the second half of the verses is when they drop what we just heard, that last guitar strum, that nice clean sound, and completely dropped off the stereo image guitar work. So it gave a little bit more life to the vocals. The drum engineering and stuff like that, I think the whole thing is that's one of the things where I kind of keyed into a little bit more of a older school Yes, the band Yes style engineering. And I love the fact that this was maybe we're heading in that direction. I don't know when it comes to rock and stuff, but lately I've been starting to hear bands starting to go kind of, pull away from sterile production, compression, and making everything sound so, extraordinary. I do say that without making it a Beato moment there, because I celebrate that. But I'm noticing bands are kind of going back to some roots, in production and stuff, and that's a really good thing to be doing, in my view, in my worldview of music. What the hell? Anyhow, thank you so much. Happy Aloha Friday to you. I really appreciate it. I didn't see you pop in, though. Did you come in here and you had to go get a pizza or something? Oh, there you are, Lacrimosa. There you go. There's subdivisions. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. All right. Anyhow, Lacrimosa, thank you so much. Truly, truly. Next up, we have, let me refresh this list here. I've noticed some people have been kicking in some smaller donuts in the donos here, just in case they're trying to level up. The next up here is Oranai. Hi, Oranai. How have you been? Haven't seen you here for a bit, or if you have been here for a bit, lurking, just hi. What's going on? So Oranai is an absolute fan of Starset, so it's no surprise to me that we're bringing in some more Starset here into the stream. The name of this track is Head Over Heels. Starset's new release is a cover of a Tears for Fears song. Oh, Head Over Heels. Oh, this ought to be interesting. Let's go. Let me see if I remember the original melody. Is that it? Is that the melody from Head Over Heels? I think so. I don't know. Let's find out. Here we go. Oh, I guessed right, huh? Oranai? Okay. Wow, what a unique version. Especially with this liminal kind of dark spaces video.
I'm lost in admiration. Could I need you this much? Are you wasting my time? You're just wasting time. Something happens and I'm head over heels. I never find.
What a great melody that was. Yes.
Something happens and I'm head over don't throw it away. I'm made of fire and watching it burn.
Boy, when you cover a song like this, man, you got to really deliver a difference.
To be a man when there's a gun in your hand. Oh, I feel so. Something happened.
What an outstanding choice for this band to cover this, because they got this covered amazingly.
Till I'm head over heels. Something happens and I'm head over heels. I don't take my heart, don't break my heart, don't throw it away. And this is
Is there such a thing called synth metalcore? I mean, that's, if I knew anything about genres, that's how I would peg this. But what a classic part of the song is. They're making this obviously their own, so it's a lot darker in its quality, in its tone. I read what you put in there, Lisa. Thank you. I was multitasking. This was a great track. You know, the thing is that when artists, excuse me, when bands are going to do a cover, obviously everything you can do to make it your own, but still mirror the genre in which you have established yourself in, is what makes it unique. Jake, and you got to hear the song on your own. Go ahead and look it up at some point. Even the 80s version of this had probably one of the most wonderfully melodic tracks. Tears for Fears actually had that thing. Tears for Fears as a band, as a writing team, probably pumped out some of the most memorable melodies for that 80s era of music. And other bands like Simple Minds and stuff like that. But they really focused on really unique, I mean, obviously, you know, that's my opinion. I don't know if anybody here was born in the 1900s agrees with me or not. But I always found their melodies so enlightening, empowering, great intervals and stuff. And I think that also has to do with, you write melodies like that also based on your skill set. What is your voice? What are your vocal capabilities? So if you have a unique capability, yodel an octave or something, it becomes a very important part of the melody composition. So yeah, when you get the opportunity, the Tears for Fears version of this, listen to this, go back and listen to this. Go back, listen to that, go back and listen to this. And that'll give you a little better idea of Cars. Yes, Cars is another one that also was tremendous with their melodies as well. I mean, I think the 80s had a lot of big, fantastic melodies. Beato. Bullshit. Rick Beato. I'm sorry. I'm coughing up a deity of some sort right now. I have no idea what it is. Sorry. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I know one day maybe somebody's going to go, bro, this guy's kind of like, shooting, lobbing shots over the bow there. I'm sorry. Oh, Hanagugu. Next up is a hot chick in a diaper comes sliding in. No pun, like hot chick in a diaper sliding in. She comes here, she drops in, and then she bails. She enlightens us with her joy. And so let's see what hot chick in a diaper wants us to check out. Always got to keep you on your toes with the request, says hot chick in a diaper. Always good to have you here, and not have you here, but have you here. So you could be here, but we don't know that you're here or not, but maybe you're lurking while you're here. The name of the band is Steel Pulse. The name of the song is Born Fe Rebel. So I don't know what that means, if that's kind of a femme nu kind of vibe to a lyric or something, but let's go.
It's a big deal. Come and catch the news. It's Steve Pulse and Jackie
Ooh,
Rice.
are we going to get some reggae, maybe?
You know my name. 'Cause I'm a rebel.
Every time I listen to this style of music, the first thing my head focuses is the bass line.
That's right. From my tree, yeah.
May the spirits and their souls come charging into me. I was born forever. I was born forever.
So comfortable.
I was born forever. I was born. Yes, I was born forever. Radical to the bone. Trouble won't leave me
God, that's
alone.
one of the things that I love about this style of music. It just lets you rinse. It's such a great rhythmic pattern.
What's my name?
Like crazy horse and Satan bull, the great Geronimo. Fight with every tooth and nail and every brick and stone. I was born forever. I was born forever. I was born, yes. Come on. I was born. Yes, I was born forever.
Nice background arrangements there. Caught me off guard.
Radical to the bone. Trouble won't leave me alone. Some I say me too militant. I wish bad I might come from.
Okay, this is a little different twist.
Protect
I like it.
From who do it high on our own.
For the rebel, them will inspire the ranks. For the moon, the stars above and river banks. As we are making them a rebel answer. Yo, we are no gangster, but we heavy and we lyrics and a blanks. Yeah, Malcolm X him no dress Marcus Garvey and a prankster. Give the most high reverence. Yeah, yeah, that's died for a cause. Yeah, and I'm gonna talk on my people behalf. Yeah, rebel for your cause. Yeah. It's a deal. So comfortable.
I was born.
I love the horn answer backs on the arrangements. God, it's such a classic reggae thing.
I was born. I was born. Yes, I was born.
I love that part of the background. Ba, 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 bum.
Whether day or night, I gotta do what's right. People think goodbye. Jomo Kenyatta, Kwame Nkrumah, Thomas Sankara, and Michelle Samura, Nelson Mandela.
Yeah, that's something that I really focus on. I'm on super precision in it. Usually there's a little bit of looseness and humanizing in it, but this is so tight. And they take these other chances, like these pads in the back. It's very musical as well. other keyboard arrangements back there. It's almost like you got to have one of those delay things, you know, mic drop moments in a reggae track to make it truly reggae. Hands up, raise the roof with the female background vocals there as well. And a fade even. But I think fades in reggae really work because at the end of the day, you're faded too, right? Stupid. I'll shut up for an old man. Loved this track. I don't know a lot about reggae. I do know that there's different genres in reggae. Roots reggae and all kinds of different styles. What I'll say about this is for what little I know of the genres and holding respect to the genre as a whole, I could say that the authenticity of the reggae vibe was through and through, but they took some production and arrangement, I don't want to say chances, redirections, if you would. There was that one little turnaround in the middle of the track that made me go, oh, wait, what's going on here? Like, oh, huh? But it was very nice. It was very delightful, you know. But through and through, there's still that. And there was a lot of these little smaller arrangements that were very well buried in the mix. I mean, I pulled them out because of how I listened to tracks. But there was even a secondary, it seemed like a secondary piano arrangement that kept showing up, in and out, that had its own little arrangement pocket percussively. Which is, I believe, is what the whole reggae vibe is. It's this percussive, musically. I know reggae as a whole is also, it's a call to action in living life in a particular way and honoring life in a particular way. But musically, that bounciness to it, this particular track was super, super, super clean. And I think Aman had mentioned that earlier. And because some of the reggae I've heard in the past, you know, more original as well, like way back Marley days, a little more humanized, if you would, in the era of it being recorded, how, you know, the musicians being, you know, in the room and, you know, how high they were or not. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It felt like it came through and you really felt the moment, you know, you're intimate, present, but, you know, really felt everything that Bob was singing. But this was fantastically produced. I loved every bit of it. And something else, too, is we've talked about this in the past here in Hawaii, reggae influence is paramount in a lot of what the artists, for many years, up until this very day, still release, except they have their own interpretation of using it with a little bit more of an R&B vibe. So I'm not completely foreign to the reggae zen of it all, because it's still very much celebrated here in Hawaii. And there's this really unique connection, too, you know, the reggae sound, where we are located in the planet, the mindset, if you would, of the cultures. So, yeah. That was killer, is what I like to say. Chihu. So let me see who we go next to. Who? Stand by, refreshing my list. Give me a second. Okay, next up, Henderblur. Henderblur, how be you? I'm not blurry. Are you blur, Henderblur? I've taken recreational things so that I'm not blurry, Henderblur. Hey, Henderblur, how are you? Yeah, you're right. Hey, Jack, how are you? Yes, I have a very interesting concoction here. And God knows, if you've been to my streams, this isn't of the most obscure either. Anyhow, hi, Henderblur. Welcome in here. Yes, only a 10 milligram gummy is what I'm saying. Henderblur wants us to listen to a track. This is from the artist anNina. The name of the song is Taisho A, or Obech Petet A, or Obi-Wan Kenobi Eats at the Cantina. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know. Sorry. So here's a little bit of a background here from Henderblur. A little bit of a long background for this one, but I think it's worth it. This is another song from anNina, the duo Annabelle is a part of. They formed the duo to make this and another song for an anime. The title is a reference to the French psychoanalyst Jacques Lacan, who coined the term and refers to the metaphoric object that drives our desire. The lyrics make reference to Greek tragedy Antigone, and talk about the sudden life-changing events and the whiplash of emotions, the hopeless feeling of the inability to move past the current state you're in, and desiring of the past. Overall, it's a powerful and beautiful song with great singing and instrumentation. So thank you for that, Hendon Blur. This song, once again, is called Taisho A. And let's go. All right.
あなたの亡骸に土をかけるそれが禁じられていたとしても純粋な眼差しの快楽には隠しきれない誘惑があったどうして罪があるのだろうどうして罰があるのだろうこれの先はあまりにも白く無限に続く
God, I love the production.
誘った何もかもが鮮やかに見えてすぐ
Beautiful chord changes.
消えてしまう
I like that voicing just left us hanging there without it resolving with the piano. There's a little part of this that reminds me of a song that my uncle wrote with Earth, Wind & Fire called Fantasy. Some of the voicings in that.
思い出に鍵をかけるそれが損なわれていたとしても苦しい愛情の奥底には抑えきれない衝動が
Yeah, I was just about to mention that with the acoustic guitar arrangements in there.
拾い集めながら夢の終わりを待っていた罪があるのは諦めているから罰が
Ooh, that background vocal is so subtle but so beautiful right there.
求めすぎるから何もか
Nice string arrangement, small section, but very well
も
written.
置き去りにされて回り続ける朝が来れば笑えるだろうかあの日のように笑えるだろうかなくした
Jeez, this is beautiful.
何一つないと願い続ける
they don't give us the release on that? Either to a minor third or a major third on that. Da, da. Let us dangle on that fourth, you know. Oh my God. What an absolutely beautiful track. There's no two ways about it. I get sad. I'll tell you why I get sad sometimes. I wish that they wrote music like this in the rest of the, in the Western world of writing music and putting out content. I just feel like there's been this, oh my God, am I about to Beato out a little bit? I just feel that perhaps there might be so much in the atmosphere of whip it out production and stuff that some of our finer Western artists and stuff don't get a real chance to shine, in the sense that, could you imagine if some of the top 10 singers, male and female, had the opportunity to sing over tracks like this, that are produced like this, written like this, melodies like this, you know? And so I think when I say Beato derangement syndrome, but it really wasn't a Beato moment, because I wasn't pining for something old. The reality is that I'm talking about something that's happening now, but there seems to be this creative separation, if you would, between songwriting that comes out of Japan and the Asian side of the world versus, you know, what Western music is churning out. That's what I mean by that. It's just, you know, I like that, BDS. That's funny. We're gonna have to coin that. Maybe I'll make a shirt out of it. Anyhow, Henderbro, thank you so much. I just loved that track. It put me in such a great mood. Seriously. Fash Demented, where are you? Are you here, Mr. Fash Demented? As we continue down the journey. Quado is a symptom of BDS. Oh my God. I'm going to be putting together my own pharmaceutical commercial soon, but I'll write the music to it. You know I will. Oompa, 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 oompa. I'll write it like Beetlejuice. Okay. So Fash Demented wants us to listen to a band or an artist called Pryapisme. Pryapisme? Forget it. Just forget it. I said it the best I could. The name of the song is, oh great, nice challenge for this. The name of the song is Un druide este gulebux lorsqu se prend pour un neutrino. Oh, they're French. Okay. Thank you. Because that's as, you know, French fries is as far as I can get with that language. I think it's a beautiful language. That's very flowy, but I can't, my mouth doesn't work that way. So forgive me, anybody who's from France or Canada that speaks French. I didn't mean to tear it apart, but that's just what it is. So let's see what this is all about. What's this? Let's give it up for Snarky Puppy Song Boost. Is this the same thing? Wait, what's going on here? It's been a while since I recommended something left to center. Okay, then back or the usual programming. Then film clip is bonkers, but is a bit rude for a stream and comes with major epileptic warning. So let's do that. Are you guys ready? Let's go. I have no idea, but yeah, apparently, guys, if you're epileptic or something, there's going to be some flashy going on here. Let's go. Automatically giving me Oingo Boingo vibes. Except for the heaviness. Now I'm hearing the French influence here. Kind of like they're cooking a subtle side dish of fagua. And now they turned it back into fragua. Did you guys get that? Little Oregon back there having fun. Ooh, this is a nice little section. Zappa-esque. Anybody? Whoever they are, they're having the best time ever on this. That's reminding me of something. Full-on bungle vibes. Hey, Shadow, how you been? I was gonna say bungle and primacy. A little bit of primacy. Primus sucks. A little bit of a 6/8 swingy thing there, don't you think, everybody? Good to hear that, Shadow. Haven't seen you around here for a little bit. Unless you're like in the lurking mode a lot. Oh, nice little shift around up there. Oh, the left hand work on the piano. I love that. Hey, Benjamin. How you doing, buddy? Ooh. Ooh, I like this. This is where it's giving me the Igor vibes, for sure. Totally has final boss fight stuff. JJ. These guys are crushing it. I mean, I think this is the perfect track for a spoonful of Vegemite. The same kind of savory experience, you know if you know. Was that it? No way. Wow. That was just chaotically, wonderfully all over the place, and had to be something that, like, I can't imagine what the writing process of that must have been like. Maybe it was like assembled in a DAW or something. This was released 7 years ago. Real abstract, super experimental. Reminding, and like, if Zappa was alive right now, if Zappa and Claypool and who else had a baby, but uniquely, but very unique to them. It didn't sound like it was a jumbled mess just to do it. There was this real super nice. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh, God, I forgot what I say it usually all the time. Dissonant. There was a abstract dissonance through the whole thing. So it made it very interesting. That's why it just like was 6 minutes just went by. I was ready to like dig into some more Vegemite and get into it. But woof, what a track. Everybody here loved it. Vegemite on toast moment. That's what this was. Maybe I should do like reactions and like I'll make the food that represents the song kind of a thing. I should maybe have Temptation Island up there, maybe change my listening station over there and say, this reminds me of. I think that'd be funny. Anyhow, thank you so much. Next up is the driver. The driver. Where are you? The driver, is you here? You may not be here. If you're not near, it doesn't matter. You've bought a beer. So don't be hey, let's go with this. The driver wants us to listen to a band called Pendulum featuring In Flames. Ooh, In Flames. That's a jammer. Self versus Self. The request message is, Pendulum always has a special place in my heart for being there during my teens. The 3 albums they produced all hold some of the most iconic tracks in electronic music. Is that so? This track comes from their 3rd album, which overall has a house trance vibe. When I was younger, I generally skipped this particular track because it felt so out of place and metal wasn't my thing in general. But I can proudly say that after being exposed to more metal, thanks to your streams, I've really grown to appreciate tracks such as this. Sorry for the possible copyright claims in advance. Like, it'll get copyright claimed, it doesn't matter. But you're doing this with us, so let's go. Where is he? There's the driver. How you doing, Bubba? We're doing your song. Here we go. All right. Some real true riffage right there without overblowing it. A little bit of a Gojira vibe in the tone of the guitars. Almost sounds like this is bassless, like no bass track underneath there. Doesn't it sound like if it's there, it's pulled back and it's in unison with all the guitar work? I love where the kick is in the mix too. It's a little more punchier, almost louder than snare. Slick guitar arrangements in there. I love that. Doesn't this have kind of a Slipknot vibe to it also? Love this section right there, that section. This pops off nice and straight, you know, still with a real heavy metal grind to it. It's nice and straight, and it hooks into you. What a badass track. I'm actually glad that when you wrote it in your message here that, you know, when you had said earlier in your years you weren't really down for the metal, but it was kind of a revisit vibe. Yeah, I'm glad you came back to listen to this one. The riff in it, the takeaway for me is the call and answer riff work. That was great, and I also love the fact it took them 1 minute to even get us into the vocals. So once again, it's a track that allows us to kind of light it up just with their basic track and stuff. Get into the grooves, get yourself soaked into it, and then lean back. I didn't know if there was going to be vocals. I didn't know what to expect. I mean, when you did say In Flames, it was featuring In Flames. Then I mean, obviously, I was waiting for vocals because we've heard a couple of tracks from him already. Self versus self. And Pendulum Immersion. Help me with this briefly. Is Self versus Self? Is that the name of a project, or is that a name of an album that has something to do with Pendulum Live? I'm just looking at what's happening here on. Self versus Self is the track, and Pendulum is the band. Am I correct on that? That's the track, Turnip says, yeah. And I take it Pendulum is the band. Okay. Look at the photograph. Yes, of course. Well, I was looking at it, but you guys know me. You guys even caught my typo on my last post. I'm so on brand, aren't I? Who was it that caught me on that? And then I think 1 a.m. sended me a snapshot. Sended me. Yes, 1 a.m. sended me a snapshot of somebody that busted me on a, was it Rotten? Busted me on a typo on my last post on the Decomposer Lounge. And if you know me, man, like you guys know me, nobody knows me better than you guys know me, is what I know, is the fact that I'm going to make those freaking typo mistakes, because that's what I do. So, yeah, old age intervention. Thank you very much. Protect the old guy at all costs. Next up, a coral reefer. Are you here, a coral reefer? Is you bees here? Let's see what we got going on here. Coral Reefer wants us to listen to a track by the artist or the band Eddy. Hi, Coral Reefer. How are ya? I want that emote, 1 a.m. I don't know where you get that. Let's see. A Coral Reefer is saying, another new artist I found with a good techno track. It has the same type of genre that dark melodic techno with minimal sounds. Dark melodic techno with minimal sounds. Okay, that seems like it'll be a journey. Name of the artist is Eddy. The name of the song is The Human Experience. Let's, excuse me, go. I love the very low arpeggiated bass in here. This is another one of those tracks that's going to be a slow grow. Says my girlfriend. Sounds like this would be great on a game, video game. Might be driving or flying through and achieving things, kind of a high speed. Yeah, Senorita, that kind of stuff.
Human experience.
This is like super glow sticks under a heroic dose. You know what I mean? You know what you know. You know if you know. See, now I understand when you're talking about the minimal instrumentation of it. It really works. It really takes you on a journey. But it's that hypnotic sequence. That's the zip line of the whole track. Yes, of course, it's the drums and the percussion. But it's the dual low-end sequences that are happening that's holding me, that's clutching me into this.
In the echoing chambers of our minds, where thoughts ricochet
Like the voice from a galactic airport.
and dreams flutter. Techno stands as the anchor.
Yeah, man, I love those peanuts. Those are the ones.
Grounding us. Reminding us of our shared human experience.
Ooh, nice sweep work on that sequence. There we go again. He's like pulsing in and out of a lo-fi sweep. Ooh. I'm just all tranced out from the sequence, the low end sequence on it. Hey, see what's going on. Oh, my glow sticks came out in the first 8 measures. At this point, I'm hitting the dehydration bottle. Sticks. Then again, I've been around long enough, and at times it just might glow. Stupid fuck. Sorry, SB. This was a perfect example of what he said in the message. There's not a lot actually happening here with all different types of arrangements and stuff. The seductive thing to this trance-oriented track was the duality of the low end and the sequences. So we heard the one that was happening. That was one that we could really predominantly hear. But below that, like a whole octave lower, there was a... So we had these very unique bottom end sequences, just kind of jousting each other. And of course, you know, with your typical, oh, I hate to say it that way, but with your standard trance style percussive programming, that's just what it's all about. You know, that's what I find is so beautiful about music, is that we can listen to a song like, you know, some of the songs that we heard earlier on the stream, like the Japanese song and all that, have beautiful chord changes and voicings, and we can get impacted by that. And all of us, you know, here in the Kado Nation, oh, coin another one. On the other hand, whether we're listening to metalcore or anything like that, we can listen to a track like this and just let it grip us and just let us sink into it. You know what I'm saying? Just that whole thing that just kind of gets you without having to be overly analytic and stuff, and let it just be a part of your, you know, that thing. That's just what I'm saying. What, Kado Nation? Kado Nation. Got a lot of shirts I should be popping out there, shouldn't I? Oh, my goodness. Kado Nation. Kado Nation. Oh my God, it's leveling up. It's leveling up. Oh my God, we've got to call it that now. So we'll do Cheesy Wheel and Kado Nation. Private Kado reporting for duty. Oh my God, we have got to go there. We have got to go there. It is now rebranded as Cheesy Wheel and Kado Nation. Oh my God, everybody. How do you feel about that, guys? I see you guys are digging it. You know, just get the handy clappies there. We need Jeeves merch. Yeah, you know, I tried that merch thing, and the way that people jack up the prices is too much. But maybe we'll do merch, and 100% of the proceeds will go to a foundation of your choice kind of thing. I don't know. We'll figure that out. And then I'll call up our old friend, that actually designed the Abbacado dude, and maybe have him do a couple of things for us for that purpose. I think that would be badass. I think that'd be great. Cookie Joe, yes, Cookie Joe for the win. Patty Cakes, thanks for that. I was going, you could see me. You know me well enough, Cookie Joe. I think most of you do. That even though when I'm talking in my mind, I'm going, oh my God, I'm too old. I can't remember the guy's name. But I'm not going to say that I can't remember the guy's name. So I'm going to try to find a fancy way to say I don't remember the guy's name, but I'll talk about him. But I won't talk about him. But I'll point out something else that people will remind me of who he is, and that's who he is. And you saved me. Next up is Fijion. 1 a.m. That was a great emote there. Fijion would like us to listen to a track, and then I'm going to take a short few-minute break, actually. Oh, thanks for letting me know, Retro Gamer. And then I'm literally going to take just a 5-minute... Oops, excuse me. Sorry, that was my this morning's Insure coming up. That's gross. You don't need to hear that. We're doing a song for one of our Kados here named Fijion. The name of the band or the artist is Faux Grave, or Jonas Bech version. The name of the song is Jonas Bech and Christian Prommer. So let's see what we got here. All right. Let's go. This is a great track to follow up the last one. I'm just saying. You must change that status then in Sentia. Either 3 fingers of whiskey, smoke a fatty, a little bit of a coke smoke. Anybody remember those? You're really old if you do. Add a little something to the coffee, Mendrix. You remember it, Lord? Yeah, you do. I love that like arbitrary little cello that's going to come right in. Hey, so while we're gliding in this track, what are you guys drinking or doing to put you in the space? Cup of wine from Super Local. Ooh, I like the shift of the arpeggiation there in tempo. That was, or in programming. A cola. $40 milligrams of edamame. Jameson. I like 4 shoulders. Blueberries. I like the cycling of the arpeggiation on it. That's great. Tempo-wise. I mean, meter-wise. Jalapeno margaritas, bruh, that sounds so badass. Of course, Brexter. I've always loved the texture of this ravey style kicks. How they have really, they have no mid to them, and it's a little clicky at the top and then very round but, you know, super cakey on the bottom. That is now how I'm going to describe that sound. Take it any way you want. A super cakey bottom. Lord Zephyr, I love that emote. Boy, we've said a lot of things on this stream here that we got to save down and, you know, write it down. Lord Abbacado with the donation crew riding off to conquer the round kicky bottoms. Oh my God, I'm starting to stim. But what's that, Aman and you guys, what's the consistency between that last track and this one that I had mentioned earlier? That seems to be the through line through it. It's comparable. What is it? Can you find it? Find it if you will. It's the very low sequence, which is kind of the drone tonic of the track. MDMA. Which has now disappeared since I mentioned it. What the hell? I love that dissonant little flipping around of an arpeggiation there. It's so flippant, I tell you. I like that. That's when composers get really abstract. I really dig when they do that. I gotta try to write something like this. Yes, Retro, you got me on that, didn't you? It is therapeutic, Aman. Funny you should say that. I was just thinking, I go, there's just something about this. It's like readjust your vibe settings, you know? Like, this should be like a Class A music therapeutic prescription. You know what I mean? Like, when I hear about music therapy and stuff, I listen to some of their music. Yeah, I get it, it's calming, but something like this is a full reset. You know what I mean? Well, you see, SB, that's what I'm talking about. synthy, shrooms, and trance. That was such a reset vibe. We're all just getting into it and just getting ourselves cleared. That's what I'm talking about. We just got ourselves cleared with that track. And I really enjoyed it. I kind of yapped a little too much during the middle of it and stuff, but I was just enjoying it and enjoying some of our banter here. Yeah, super local. Well, look, music, like, let's put it this way, without me going on an old man rant, the history of music, though when I say that, we may think about instruments and all that sort of stuff. Let's think about it. We're talking thousands of years of our existence of using our voices and percussive instruments to do things, to chant, to sing. And each culture has unique ways of doing harmonies and percussive things, from the Aboriginals to, the Nordic, the Vikings and all that sort of stuff. So transitory, medicinal, spiritual journey truly has always had a soundtrack of life of music of some sort, because we're wired to have responses for either input or output of rhythmical vibrations. I went there. I said that. Guys, I need 5 minutes. I got to take a pee. I'll be right back.